Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, sports fans, whatever time this broadcast is reaching you. The point is, it's a good day. Matter of fact, it's a great day because we're talking about NFL football in light of it being preseason and the first week getting ready to roll around. We got about 2 weeks. So we're going to be talking about the age old quarterback debate. Tom Brady, the great Tom Brady, versus my guy. Yes, I'm going to be biased here because I'm a sports broadcaster. I'm allowed to have an opinion. That guy number 12 up in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. Now, in order to have this conversation, I think it's necessary to make the distinction between best versus greatest because they're not synonymous. We use it synonymously, excuse me, that's a tongue twister, a lot of the time, but I think that's incorrect. If you want to make a comparison to basketball, to me, I believe that Michael Jordan, just like most people believe, is the greatest basketball player of all time. However, I think LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. Likewise, it's hard to disagree that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time because of his accomplishments. However, I firmly believe, and I'm not the only one here that believes that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all time because of skill set. When you put the two players in a vacuum, who throws the ball better? To me, it's Aaron Rodgers. And that's not just hyperbole. That's not just the eye test, which is obviously important in sports. Talk about touchdown to interception ratio. It's 4-1 to Aaron Rodgers. The next closest players are 3-1. So that's not even close. And also the single greatest QBR season, QBR rating, which I believe was a 122. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I'm liable to be corrected. I'm a flawed person just like everybody else. Just because I'm behind the camera doesn't mean I won't make mistakes. I believe it's 121, 122. That's held by one Aaron Rodgers. Now, individual success would have to go to Mr. Tom Brady, but understand that individual success is not mutually exclusive from team success. I believe that Tom Brady has benefited from playing under one of the greatest coaches of all time in Bill Belichick, and consequently the New England Patriots, one of the greatest organizations of all time. Just like Michael Jordan benefited from playing under one of the greatest coaches of all time in Phil Jackson, and the triangle system under Tex Winter and team managers and owners, excuse me, like Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf created a great system and culture underneath the Chicago Bulls, much like Robert Kraft has done for the New England Patriots. So it's hard to separate the two quarterbacks because they are completely tied to and at the will of their organizations. Now, I don't think that the Green Bay Packers are incompetent as an organization. However, when it comes to the standard that the New England Patriots have set, nobody's that close. You know, the Patriots are here. Organizations like them and let's say the Seattle Seahawks perhaps are up here. And Green Bay tends to be kind of a second-class organization led by a once-in-a-generation type of talent, Aaron Rodgers. Um, but I do have to bring up the negatives as well when it comes to my man Aaron Rodgers. No quarterback, no person, no athlete is perfect. He has been known to be a little bit of a diva. He will throw temper tantrums. He will spite his guys in front of the entire team. And his leadership intangibles have been questioned at sometimes. He does come off as a little bit aloof, a little snooty, tends to look down his nose at a lot of people. But again, I think that's because his organization hasn't been as good in surrounding him with adequate talent, which can, frustrate your franchise quarterback, that for obvious reasons. But to give him kind of a break, Aaron Rodgers has quarterbacked a solid offense and taken it to great heights, but has had to be subjected to a questionable defense at best, especially in the secondary. Whereas during most of Tom Brady's career, he's had an above average to almost excellent defense. So Aaron Rodgers has to put up, 25, 28 to 35 points every night to stay competitive. Whereas the New England Patriots can win a lot of games with scoring only 14 or 21 points because of the differences in defense. So I think you have to take all of these things into account when comparing the two quarterbacks. However, I will stand by my reasoning that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback because in a vacuum, he's more accurate and has had the single highest quarterback rating of any QB in the history of the game, whereas Tom Brady has the backing of a great organization, and he has the leadership intangibles and skills necessary to inspire a team of individuals. So, we're splitting hairs when we talk about who's the better quarterback. If it's my money, I'm taking number 12 up in Green Bay, not New England.